What's up guys, it's Kaelin and I am back with another video. Today's video is the first video of Vlogmas. So I know that technically Vlogmas is like vlogging every single day, but there are no definite rules and I've seen many people do it many different ways, so I decided to do a 7 days of Christmas. So this video comes out technically tomorrow, which will be enough time. I wanted to make sure that there was like actually 7 videos and like for Christmas, like 7 videos including Christmas. So I wanted to actually be able to vlog Christmas and do all of the things for Christmas and not get Christmas, because I feel like sometimes people don't really show Christmas, or they're like 7 days of Christmas, but it's like it ends right before Christmas. I'm like, what the fuck was the point? So I decided to do 7 days of Christmas, 7 days of Vlogmas. So I decided to do 7 days of Vlogmas and give you guys 7 different videos. It's going to be a mixture of vlogs. It's going to be a mixture of like actual sit-down videos that I pre-filmed, so I can have content for 7 days straight. Just challenging myself to edit for 7 days, get myself in the role, like me doing 1 video a week or me doing like 2 videos a week. Like I would just get out of the habit of doing. So I'm trying to like maybe see if forcing myself to like vlog and do like editing 7 days back to back will like get me in the role of just doing it, because I really don't like editing, and that's really been my biggest problem, is that like I really don't like editing. I'm trying to get better at it. I don't feel like I'm that good at it, and I feel like I'm such a perfectionist in my head that 99% of the times I film things and I don't actually like put them out. But with Vlogmas, it's supposed to be like a little bit freer, less stressed, you know, just time for us, you know, quality time for us. So I just wanted to do that to start that out. So just getting that out the way. But today's video is going to be about my HIV story, kind of giving you a breakdown of HIV and enlightening you with more things about HIV. I feel like I didn't really talk about it that much. I kind of made a video and then like went ghost on it and didn't really explain or elaborate into any more details about it. So I wanted to do that for this video. So yeah, without further ado, you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do. Because I know what I gotta do. I gotta film and edit. But you gotta like, comment, and subscribe, okay? That's your job. This is the two-way path here, okay? Two-way street. You got a part, I got a part. Let's do our part. Help each other out. Help me, help you. Help us. Okay, so like I said, first video of Vlogmas. So HIV, just to get on like a baseline. You know, whenever I talk about videos, I like to do this on a baseline. Like, let's start here. You know, like as long as we can start here, foundation, we can move forward. We can't move forward until we're all right here, okay? So HIV is actually a virus. It is a virus that attacks your immune system. So it is not something that will automatically kill you. I want people to understand that like HIV doesn't actually kill you. HIV nor AIDS actually is something that will put you on your deathbed. However, HIV is the precursor. So HIV is what happens like when you just get transmitted the virus. You have the virus in your system. That virus has the potential to take over your immune system and compromise it, which will then lead to AIDS. AIDS from that point means that your immune system is completely compromised. It's not able to actually function the way it's supposed to function, and then from there you can get opportunistic infections, which are infections that most people like you and I are normally like prevented against from. So our immune system naturally like provides protection away from those things. However, when you have AIDS, your body isn't necessarily able to fight off a lot of things, and that is how you die. So you would normally die from like, say you got like pneumonia or something. Like pneumonia would just be so bad in your case if you had AIDS, because your immune system is so compromised, and then therefore you would die. Not from HIV, not from AIDS directly, okay? That is a big difference that I think people need to just kind of click in their head, because I think that sometimes people think that once you get HIV, you're automatically going to get AIDS and you're automatically going to die. That is not how that works. Another thing that people kind of have questions about and kind of ask me about is CD4 count and viral load. What are the differences and kind of what is that? CD4 count is basically a way that doctors can pretty much monitor how your immune system is operating, how well your immune system is operating, by how many T cells, immune white blood cells, or something like that. Basically, cells in your body that help you and your immune system work properly. The more you have of those, the higher your CD4 count is, the better your immune system is working. The lower it is, the weaker your immune system is, and that also lets doctors know that like HIV is having an effect on you. And if you go too low, which normally the range for people is 500 to 1600, if you go below 200 or once you hit 200, that is when you are diagnosed with AIDS. So you don't get diagnosed with AIDS just like randomly. It is something that your body has to go through a process, and you have to be left untreated. So as long as you are taking your treatment actively every single day, you will not go to AIDS. But once you get to AIDS, you do not get to go back. You have had AIDS. So you have that to where your body is naturally trying to fight and build it better, but you've already reached such a low point. Your viral load, on the other hand, is the opposite. So it is how much of the virus is actually in your system. So when you have a higher viral load, that means that there is more of the virus in your system. So when the virus gets into you, you only have like maybe like one copy of the virus. It rapidly multiplies, and the amount of times that it multiplies and replicates and makes copies of it, that is your viral load. That is how much of the virus is in your body. They measure it per like so many millimeters or milliliters or some shit like that. The goal is to have it less than 20 copies per so many milliliters. Ideally 0. If you cannot find any, that means that it is undetectable. Once you cannot find any virus actively in your blood system, then that is fine. It does not mean that you are free from HIV. It does not mean that you do not have HIV anymore. That just means that it is undetectable. So if you were to go get HIV tested, you would not have it. You would have the antibodies. However, you would not, like, they wouldn't be able to find active virus in your system. And that is called undetectable. That is the goal. The reason being, which is my next talking point, is undetectable means untransmittable. Undetectable means untransmittable. Okay, let me say that again for y'all in the back. Undetectable means untransmittable. If you have gotten HIV from somebody, that means that they were not either taking their medication properly, or they have had some resistance, or there's something going on. Me, somebody who is undetectable, is not able to give it to somebody else. So for example, me and my boyfriend have sex, clearly. But I'm not able to transmit it to my boyfriend because I'm undetectable. He does not have HIV, I do, but it does not coincide. Like, it doesn't mean that he automatically gets HIV because I am undetectable and I am taking my medication. If, God forbid, anything were to happen, then that would be how that works. But as long as I take my medication every single day, I'm undetectable, which means that I cannot transmit it to my boyfriend. So just to say it again, HIV is not transmittable if you are undetectable. So the goal is to be undetectable, okay? Undetectability is kind of, like, being undetectable is kind of like the loophole that people have found to like making a cure, because though it doesn't rid me of HIV, it means that I cannot pass it on to my partner. So that kind of is how we stop the spread of it in this sense. So which is why I think that people aren't necessarily looking for a cure anymore, because they're like, oh, we can just have people on medication and it's fine. You know, we don't really need to like be on the hunt for a cure because niggas aren't dying anymore. So I get a lot of questions about like medication and like how that works, paying for medication, doctor's visits, like how does it affect my daily life right now, which is why I made this video, because I do get a lot of questions about it, and I know a lot of people are kind of confused as to like how it works, and everybody knows how you can get HIV but doesn't really know the steps past that. And I think for me, that was the biggest thing, is like I knew how you could get HIV, but I didn't know what life beyond HIV meant. Like, what did that look like as far as a daily kind of life? So that's what I also really wanted to break down right now. So for me, my medication has been the same since I was diagnosed, and it is 1 pill a day, literally 1 pill that I take every single day. I do have to take it every single day, and they do recommend that you take it around the same time. I used to be very, 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 very strict, like the exact minute every single day. Now I try to take it around that same time every single day, usually at night before I go to bed. Like, I usually go to bed around the same time every single day, so 9 to 10 in that same time frame, I'm taking it every single day. But there are times where you miss doses. That is okay. That is not a crazy thing. You don't want to miss too many doses. You don't want to like not take your medicine for 2-3 weeks at a time. You don't want to do that. However, sometimes you pass out from a long day. Sometimes you just completely forget. I've had an alarm set on my phone since the beginning, so that was a way that I kept myself up, because I knew I wasn't good at taking pills prior to this. So I was like, y'all, I was like, girl, I do not know how I'm gonna take this pill every fucking day, but we gonna wing it, girl, cause, woo. But yeah, so setting an alarm helps a lot. having it on you or on your person. And I've gotten into such a habit of having at least like one pill at my boyfriend's house, one in my backpack, one on me most of the time. Like, you don't want to carry this pill bottle everywhere, but you do want to make sure you have medication. So that's what I've tried to do, just as like preventative measures for myself, because I am a person that will forget. Like, girl, I will forget. I will have that alarm, click the alarm to snooze, and then I'll click the alarm to snooze and then end up not taking it. So you definitely want to make sure that you take your medication every single day. Some people do have multiple pills. Prior, back like in the 80s and 90s, there was definitely people who had to take multiple medications, like a whole slew of medications, 4 or 5 pills, and they were kind of thick ass pills. My pills are still kind of thick, but the ones that they were taking were like a lot. That's not really the thing anymore, unless you like went through all of your other options as far as taking medication, which you do not want to get there. You do not want to get there, okay? You do not want to get there. I also believe that they're like working on like a one-time like kind of like needle shot moment, like vaccine kind of thing. I don't really know much about that, but I do know that there are other methods of how people can take their medication, whether it be intravenously, whether it be like through a pill. I am a pill person, but I don't know, like, but like I said, there are other ways that you can like get your medication. The other big thing that people ask about is like, do you have to take it for the rest of your life? And yes, so you do have to take your medication every single day for the rest of your life, which is why HIV can be so expensive. Not can be, is so expensive. Is once you have it, like, that's one thing. Getting medication, that's one thing. But paying for the medication is usually where a lot of people kind of get confused, because they're like, oh my God, I have to take, oh my God, I have to be able to afford this pill, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I have to be able to afford this pill every single day for the rest of my life. And yeah, that's pretty much the hard part, because one pill is like, I think $100, and there's 30 in there, and so 100 times 30, you already start doing the math of how much money that can be. So it is not cheap, and that's not including doctor's visits. It's not including a lot of stuff. So it is definitely not something to play with, though you can live. It is a bill, and it is definitely like a process. It is definitely a learning curve, and it's definitely something where it's like, I have to keep up on my doctor's visits, so I don't go that often. Once you first get it, you do go up pretty often, but after that, it's fine. You go like twice a year, 3 times a year max. Keeping up with my medication, refills of my medication, all of the above. The other reason why you want to take your medication every single day and not miss doses is because over time your body starts building up a resistance. So the thing about HIV, which makes it very, very annoying, is that it is something that can mutate. So it can mutate and change and adapt to your body already. So that means if you're taking medication for X amount of time and you stop for a decent amount of time, the virus will come back. Basically, after a while, the HIV is like, girl, I already know what you're trying to come at me with. We're not doing that anymore. And so then you have to get on new medication, do more blood work, all the things. You don't want that. You just don't want that. It's just such a headache that you don't want. So take your medication every single day. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of resources out there for you. A lot of states offer free / low cost healthcare for you guys, and a lot of them specifically offered for HIV patients. So me, when I first got mine, I still am low income, but at the time it was very low income, did not have any money, and so paying all of this money for a pill, like I said, $100 for a pill times 30, $3,000. So didn't have that, definitely didn't have enough money for the doctor's visits, lab, all of those things. So the state funds those things. You have to get state-funded medication, state-funded insurance, whatever you have. Different states work differently, but normally whenever you get registered with HIV, once you get diagnosed with HIV, they usually try to get you automatically in the system and going pretty fast. But you want to make sure that you get in there, because it is limited resources. It is state funded, so you know how dealing with the government is. Definitely dealing with local and state government, you know how that can be, child. So you want to get in there and get your spot and secure your medication and all your things, so you don't have to deal with all the BS. Along with medication, they also offer therapy, which I am now about to start taking advantage of. A lot of places will either offer you with a case manager that can get you to a therapist, or will just automatically provide you with a therapist. I'm getting provided with a therapist because I am kind of picky with how I want my therapist. I am not in like a very, very vulnerable place, but I do want to have somebody that I can keep for a long period of time, and not necessarily just because I have HIV. I want to find somebody that I can keep for a while. So I'm kind of particular with how with who I want as my therapist. However, you can get all this shit for free. You can get all this shit for free. If you are low income and you qualify, you can get all this shit for free, which is a blessing. I promise you, you do not want to pay for those things. Even if you do make money, you still can qualify to get either significant discounts, if not still free. But yeah, that's really all I wanted this video to be. I didn't want it to be super long, but I want to give you guys some info, let you guys know a little bit more about my process with it, the things that I've learned, the things that I've come across, and give you guys like basic info on it, because I feel like there's not a lot of resources, especially for people that look like us. Out there. So I wanted to be able to provide at least a resource. So I'm going to link below some more info in the description just about the basics of HIV, where you can get tested, and of course I cannot have an HIV video without saying that though treatment is available and medication is available and all these things are available, preventative measures are the safest. Condoms, monogamous partners, open combos about sexual history and sexual health and wellness, all top priorities. So I would definitely say start there first. I would rather you be preventative than retroactive. So yeah, but without further ado, you know what you gotta do? You gotta like, you gotta subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. If you made it this far, comment down the yogi emoji, because I just want like see who made it this far, because some of y'all do be making it to the end of my videos, and I rock with y'all. I rock with y'all the hardest. I rock with everybody who subscribed, but I rock with everybody who makes it through the end of the video the hardest, okay? So yeah, but like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. And you stay cute, you stay classy. I'll see you next time. Peace out, love you, bye.